Hey guys, welcome to another English learning video lesson with me. Today, I'm going to teach you some advanced vocabulary as I play Witcher 3, one of my favorite video games. So, I'm on horseback, and the first word that I'd like to introduce is bucolic. Bucolic describes the natural views that one comes across in the countryside. This word is often used in literature, the bucolic landscape. Now, there's different ways to ride a horse. If you move at a slower pace, you could use the word trot, but if you go faster, you might be galloping down this winding path. So what other word could you use instead of winding? Another one is meandering. Meandering, and sometimes we use the word meandering to describe how water flows in a river. But if you still wanted to upgrade your language, if you wanted to talk about a path that was very twisty and turny, you could use the word serpentine. Serpentine. So three words with slightly different meanings to describe a winding path. Okay, so I have stumbled upon this hut, and look at the roof. This is a thatched roof. You can get off the horse. I'm not invited, but I'm going to barge in to enter this hut without notice and permission. So, anyways.
Bad time.
Not at all. Hand me the beggar tickets. The red bloom. Well, one versed in herbs.
She says, one versed in herbs. When you are versed in something, you know a lot about that subject. You could also say to be well versed in something. For instance, she is well versed in chemistry. She is well versed in herbs. And you could pronounce this word herb as well in British English. So this is an herbalist. In the past, we used the word apothecary as well.
Probably saying too much, but I know a bit. For instance, that beggar tick's poisonous.
In large doses. Small ones soothe pain and bring forth pleasant dreams.
To soothe pain, to reduce pain. If you wanted to level up your language, you could use the word alleviate to alleviate the symptoms of an illness. You could also use the word alleviate with problems, to mitigate, to alleviate problems.
Which is all I can hope to do for her.
Griffin do that to her.
Griffin was, well, it still is a mythical creature with the head of an eagle, but the body of a lion. Griffin.
Selena. Yes. Attacked her at night. She was walking in the woods.
At night? Through the woods? In wartime?
Meeting a boy. The young, do foolish things for love.
Foolhardy is a great word to use to describe the reckless, the careless action that someone takes. This lady that they're talking about was foolhardy. She wandered off into the woods and didn't really consider the consequences of her actions.
Wounds are healing, but she will die. Blood's pooling in her skull. Nothing my bruise can do to help.
I've agreed to kill the griffin. No more victims after I do.
There will be, of course. With the griffin gone, others will kill in its stead. Monsters.
In its stead. In the past, people tended to use that expression quite frequently. Now, we use on someone's behalf or instead of someone. But in the past, they used to say in someone's stead.
Men.
So what do you think I should do?
Ply your trade. But don't think you can change anything.
Looking for buckthorn. Know if it grows anywhere around here?
Bottom of the river, where the channel's widest. But you do know that once out of the water...
It'll stink worse than a week-old carcass.
Carcass is the dead body of an animal. We pronounce it carcass. Carcass. Corpse, carcass.
Counting on it.
Oh yes, the griffin. Might have guessed. I was thinking... A few years ago, we had trouble, drowners under the bridge. The whole village had to pitch in for a witcher.
The whole village had to pitch in for a witcher. So we know that the job of a witcher is to slay, to kill monsters. The whole village had to pool their money. They had to contribute to the payment, to pay for the wages of a witcher to kill the monster, to pitch in. And sometimes you go to a restaurant with a group of friends and you all want to contribute in your little ways. So you could say, let's pitch in. Let's pitch in.
Who now can afford the bounty on a griffin's head?
Captain Peter Sars, something, something.
Ah, good to know the Black One's looking out for our welfare.
Doubt Emperor Amir cares about you, but this captain just might. Seems like a decent man.
There are no decent men in the army. They're only orders.
Not from here, are you? A lot of bitterness in you. Too much for someone who spent her life in a hut in the middle of nowhere.
So a good word to learn here is resentful. Geralt says there's a lot of bitterness. There's a lot of frustration in you. Maybe because you've been living here in this hut for a really long time. Resentful. You are a little resentful.
True. And you're in a hurry. Elsewise, you'd not use bait, just wait for the griffin to attack again.
Elsewise, again, it is one of those archaic words. In everyday language, just tend to say otherwise. But it's good to learn these words as well.
Believe we could have an interesting conversation.
Maybe next time.
There you go, guys. I hope you've learned at least one word with my